Hi, welcome to our module on ad hoc reports using Model Explorer. The reporter component in the CW suite is a main staple that's used for the creation of ad hoc reports on objects, their properties, and their direct associations. Reporter is super easy to use, and the reports can be executed whenever desired. You don't have to prepare ahead of time. You simply launch it and create ad hoc reports on the fly. The reports are instantaneous, and they can be saved as Excel for auto-modeler loads and just for review and for sharing with your coworkers. To launch ad hoc reports, simply open up Model Explorer and click on the Report button. You can choose the model from which you wish to run the reports and the object type of interest. Once you have the object type chosen, you can view the properties and the associations for that particular object type to run the report. The reports are loaded in a tabular format where you can see properties and associations, and this can be saved as Excel. It can be saved for the distribution with someone on your team or other folks, and you can simply view it. We're going to run an ad hoc report to see what this looks like. Launch Model Explorer and choose the Report button. Once you're here, you'll see that we're looking at the report information about objects. You can choose any object from your left panel and then choose the properties or the associations or both. So you can see right away all the properties are organized by tab. So you can either choose a whole tab or a specific property. So this is a whole tab general, there's a whole tab description. And right now it's set to give me automatic displays of information. I can also change that and set it to manual, which means I can more specifically go through the tab and then refresh the report. So for instance, if I am looking at, let's say, the associated roles, perhaps organizations, perhaps locations and applications, because I changed it to manual, it didn't keep refreshing that information for me as soon as I clicked it, but I can click the refresh button and now I get the updated information on that information. I can also choose in here to look at things on a diagram. So if I'm choosing processes, I can say I only want the processes that are, let's say, on a dynamics diagram that perhaps starts with the word or record. So now I only want the report of processes on the record order diagram. So click the refresh button, and now I get a much more limited report. Maybe I wish to add some throughput and cost information, so I can do that. Click the refresh button, and it will give me information on that. Okay, I can also go back and just do all, which will give me all the processes in this model. And when the bottom left bar done loading, then we know it's completed. And we can also view, for instance, the information about other object types. So for instance, if we wanted to look at organizations, we can simply switch to organizations and do the same thing. We can look at organizations related to roles, processes, and perhaps their information, their properties. Hit the refresh button, and now you have the updated report. Whenever you have one of these reports, you can save it to Excel. So when you click the Save button, that will allow you to save it. So we'll save this as org report in our Downloads folder. I've gone ahead and opened up the org report from my Downloads folder. This is a normal Excel. One thing to keep in mind, however, is that the columns have been locked. So if you wanted to make changes from here, simply go to the Review menu and unprotect the sheet. Once you unprotect the sheet, you'll be able to not only modify the width of the columns, but you'll also be able to go in and make changes. And the changes can be uploaded with AutoModeler, which is covered in another module. So just to summarize, the reporter creates an instant view into the repository. You can report on any object, property, or association that is relevant to what you're doing. You can even create reports on users, user groups, and administrative data from the administration view. You can save all of these views in Excel, and you can use them later for AutoModeler loads. Thank you so much.